Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Dota 2 Canada Cup Season 5 group stages. We're here with Group B between Wheel, Wreck While Whistling, and Root Gaming here in their triple header now into game number 2. Thank you so much for joining us here. My name is Mott. I'll be joined by Mott packing the stats. Hope you guys are having a fantastic evening. We got a pretty good one here.
Remaining.
Root Gaming going down to Boreal not too long ago.
5 seconds remaining.
Just a little while ago, in fact. Boreal playing a heck of a game. Jeppins has looked so damn solid.
Reserve time.
I've been very impressed with his play. But Boreal, they're done for the group stages now. They kind of just have to hope that they'll be in a good spot. I think they finished up at 2-1. So, pretty good spot for Boreal. I think that is going to be enough for them to get over to the playoffs. I might be wrong about that. Because we have 1-1 on Wheel, Wreck While Whistling. And then 0-1 for Root Gaming. We'll have to wait and see. I'm pretty sure Boreal should be good enough to get to the playoffs there. Try to do the math in my head.
Remaining.
But it's kind of whatever. At this point in time, all that we know is that Root Gaming still have to play a couple of games, and they have to try to get to the playoffs by winning against Wheel. I think they actually have to win both of these next games to make the playoffs. They have to beat Wheel to go to 1-1, and then at that point, they have to beat Black Sheep. So it would come down to, it's actually this is a pretty big game. Now, Wheel did lose against Black Sheep. So if Wheel were to beat Root Gaming here, but Black Sheep beat Root Gaming as well, then I think the tiebreaker is that Black Sheep have the head-to-head matchup. So it'd be Wheel would be 2-1, Boreal would be 2-1, and then Black Sheep would be 2-1. It would be a three-way tie, actually.
10 seconds remaining.
And then 0-3 for Root Gaming. But we'll see how that turns out. So for now, we actually have a couple of interesting picks. Not really. I guess Night Stalker's picked up all the time now. Usually you see him like an aggro dual lane. Send him with like a Zeus. Very, very powerful combo. Something we see very often. Bat Rider picked up for Wheel, which is, I think, one of IX Mike's go-to heroes. He had a game yesterday where, and I shit you not, went Bloodstone, Ethereal Blade, Cloak, Tidehunter. Eventually did get a Blink Dagger, followed by a Refresher Orb. They still lost that game. But it was fun to watch nonetheless. The Bloodstone was his first item. He went Arcanes into Bloodstone, and I'm like, what is that, Mike? What are you doing, buddy? Are you sure you know what you're doing here? Because honestly, I racked it in my brain. I had no idea why he would pick up that item. I don't want to say it was the wrong choice. Clearly, I just didn't know anything about it, so it was definitely interesting.
5 seconds
if we look at the stats for Bloodstones on Tide, I'm sure they're very minimal, if at all. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. I don't want to ask Mott Packs to do too much because I never really, like, when I'm with a co-caster, I often find that I don't really talk about stats. They just kind of come up. When I'm alone, though, Mott Packs is getting put to the test, so I don't want to work him too hard.
Radiant team.
For now, they'll grab the Lena for Wheel, Wreck While Whistling. I hope everyone's having a good night. It's April the 20th, commonly known as 420 if you're an American. Hope everyone's feeling good. I hope everyone's having a good time. It was this tournament, actually. It was yesterday. So are you telling me that it's not, like, is that mean that it's never been picked up on Tidehunter? Somebody actually tweeted it at me yesterday, and I just forgot. I can't remember. So
5 seconds.
I think he said that it was the first time anyone's ever picked up a Bloodstone on Tidehunter. So which is incredible to me. I don't know why he would pick that item up, but who frickin' knows, man? I honestly have no idea why he went for that. Items, search.
Dire team pick.
Bloodstone. One game. Yeah, that's all time, by the way. I think it was. I'm trying to look on the stat. Well, it says there was one game all time. I'm assuming it was this game. Maybe I'm wrong. That's gonna bother me that I can't figure out what game it was. How do you... Because like it'll tell you how many times the item was bought on the hero, but it won't tell you which game it was.
5
which is
seconds
difficult to deal with. Like I want to be able to be taken to... You know what? Forget it. We're going too heavily in the stats. Let's talk about the draft. Shadowfeed, Night Stalker, Axe. That's a pretty solid lineup already. And it kind of leads me to believe that they won't be going for... Actually, aggro with an Axe seems pretty good. Night Stalker Axe is very aggro. It's like... Sometimes you go for like a support like a Zeus with an axe or like a Dazzle with an axe is pretty good. We saw last game was a Lena with an axe. I think Night Stalker with an axe is pretty damn solid. So you're looking at the time Funnick did it. Okay, well. I'm not sure if they won that game, but it's a questionable decision nonetheless. Like it's a weird decision that you have to just be like, what? Why? Why would you do that? Mike, you're crazy. Anyways, aggro dual lane seem to be the trend now. If you have an axe, you'll still like go solo off lane in certain circumstances. You'll still go like defensive tri lane if you're trying to get farm for a hero. But we really don't know what Wheel's going to do yet because we don't know if this lane is going mid, if she's going to be supporting. Bat Rider's probably going to head to the off lane. They could do an aggro try, although against Axe Night Stalker, whatever hero is left solo is not going to have a good time. Razor is picked up for Wheel, which is a pretty good hero against Shadow Fiend. He's a lot better than against Troll, but Troll is not in the pool. It was banned first. But it's a hero that isn't picked too much anymore. I still feel like it's pretty good, but yeah, he's not gotten the best time. He's not had the best time these past couple of months. He's fallen. He's a shade of himself, a shadow of himself since
10 seconds
6.82, where he was just wrecking face at TI4.
5 seconds
He was the hero for a long time, which makes sense.
Time.
He's pretty good. I'm kind of like wondering what that next hero is going to be. Like that next hero that wasn't really picked before that, or was picked moderately, and then all of a sudden becomes like this next big thing. Like they need to have a hero that hasn't had his day in the sun. They need to put that hero in and give him some room to work with. I just don't know what hero that would be because it feels like almost every hero has been viable for a period of time. And I'm thinking more as like a carry aspect. Who knows? Maybe we'll see something crazy. Viper picked up. Viper and Night Stalker, there's a lot of nuke damage. In fact, there's just so much nuke damage between all of these heroes. Viper against Leonamid, very good matchup. Viper against Razor is about even because Nether Toxin is not, your damage from Nether Toxin is not taken away with your static link. So you can still actually fight, even if you go in negative damage. You will still do Nether Toxin damage, so you might want to skill that up if you're going against the Razor. And of course, Corrosive Skin against Lina is very good. That's why he's picked up generally against the Lina, is just so he can have the magical resistance, and it's about the same range for their right clicks. They have about the same range. And Viper has a bit more of a hard-hitting one because of the Nether Toxin. Of course, Viper Strike is pretty good against any hero. I do like the fact that they pick up the Bat Rider and the Vengeful Spirit together for Wheel. It means that Bat Rider can't get swapped out. You still have other options in terms of defensive plays you can make when someone gets lassoed. For example, you could go for a Disruptor and glimpse them back. You'd go for an IO and relocate out. I don't know if they have room for those heroes. Night Stalker is going to be the only support they have right now, so you have to get like a super hard support. Somebody that's going to be able, I think a ranged hero, and maybe hopefully somebody with a disable, which is not many have left. You could also go Skywrath Mage, which would be fine. Lion is not touched. I haven't seen too much Lion recently, actually.
Ten seconds remaining.
Razor's also good against Bat Rider. Maybe they pick it up because they thought, oh, Bat Rider would be really, he would struggle against a Razor in this situation. So maybe it's more of a deny pick also.
Time.
You could also saddle. I think Razor against Axe in lane 2 is very good. And that might be what they're doing. They send the Lina mid and then have the Razor against the Axe in like the safe lane, and then Axe tries to run at you and you just static link. You're like, you don't hit for anything now.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh no, they're gonna do Razor mid, Lina support with Vengeful Spirit, Bat Rider off lane, Luna safe lane, and that is the aura combo between the two women. The Vengeful Spirit giving off the Vengeance Aura, then of course the Lunar Blessing coming out from Wheel. This is certainly an interesting choice. Godzilla Luna is definitely a possibility for Wheel. Slaysol is very good on this hero if he's going to be playing it. So, they do go for the Disruptor. So Root decide that, yes, this is the best choice, and they will pick it up. Let's see if our overlay is... Yes, it is. We lost. Hopefully, we get back in just a second. Boom, boom. Nope, not that one. This one. Boom. All right. What packs did you remember? I'm curious. Because I just remembered as the game came in. Thank you to Bradley Lewis for the link to the first Bloodstone Tidehunter game. Although it's not relevant now, it's still very interesting to think about.
Prepare for battle.
Let's close out some of this stuff here. All right. So Root Gaming versus Wheel. What I can tell you right now is that Root do need this win. If they lose this game, they are done. And the only point of playing the last game would be to see if Black Sheep could get up there with those other two teams. And then at that point, I'm not sure how we break the tie because there would be 3 teams that are 2-1, all of whom have beat each other. So it'd be a little awkward. Root, of course, could rectify this issue by also winning this game and then having Black Sheep be the deciding factor in that last game. So we'll have to wait and see. Root Gaming, I like their drafts a lot, but it's really mid-game centric. They have no real late-game Vipers. Okay, late game, so is Shadow Fiend, but against a Luna and a Razor, I become a bit worried. Their laning phase, I feel like they could do a lot of damage with Fluff and Guanzo up at this top lane. They might even, they're not going to aggro try, they'll do dual lanes, but smoke up from Wheel. They're going to try to find somebody down here. Monkeys Forever and Jason will sit back towards the bottom rune spot and think about what to do next. Maybe Relic comes in, they see he's alone, and they think, oh, they're not here. But if they stay on the low ground, they might be in some trouble. This smoke gank could really destroy Root early on in this game, and I think it will. Magic Missile on the Monkeys Forever. LSA connects, but only onto one. Monkeys Forever will go down, it looks like, and he will be your first blood. Jason looks like he will escape, barely, but still, first blood going the way of the Razor is huge. Gets his boots already. Did he get the bounty rune? Yes, they gave him so much for that. That's huge. It's a big pickup. Nice play. Rotation middle from Fluff. Let's see if they try to go on the Razor. No unstable current, obviously, pretty early on in the game. Rotation in on the backside. Goodies here as well. Void comes through, but Fluff isn't really willing to go any further, and TC already used 1 raise. Level 1 raise is good, but it's not that good. Fluff will head back top, and they'll leave bottom to their own devices. Look at all these heroes top lane. Looks like they will go for a defensive try. And I still think that Root could do a lot of damage here in this aggro dual lane, even if it is going to be 3 heroes up here. I think they could still do a lot of work. But this also means that Viper's going to get free farm bottom, but then again, it's a Viper, so who really cares? Sentry Ward not in the right place, and they're going to have to buy another set. Uh-oh. Fluff, buddy. He's in trouble. LSA gotta go. Fluff will not dodge it. Just the edge. The Magic Missile. They actually kind of use both the stuns at the same time. Goody's gonna get chased down with Battle Hunger. It's only level 1, but Guanzo will do a little bit of right click and just try to zone them out. But Sleece will now get farm under the tower. And Batrider, Mike getting plenty of experience. The creep wave under his tower. They can't pull. This is the big issue. It's this right here. That's a problem. Jason's like, I just need sentries, guys. I'm so poor. Static Link TC, missing 42 damage. Relic will, with level 2 Static Link, take a lot of that. And Fluff will continue on and just leech experience for the time being. So hopefully I don't miss anything here. Sleesel coming in. 10 last hits for him. Oh, that's a double damage rune. Fluff, get out of here, buddy. Battle Hunger goes. This is a really interesting lane ward. That was not what I was expecting. But there it is. Alright, hold on.
Denied.
Mike is going to get a lot out of this. They do throw a Sentry Ward down here, so they can't quite get that stack, but they could always just stack up the medium camps. And the Sentry Ward will dissipate pretty soon anyways. It's not the worst thing in the world. Thunderstrike down bottom. Jason doesn't have Glimpse. Did they counter ward this yet? Does he have even... He doesn't have... He's out of... He just doesn't have anything. Lucid Beam, Magic Missile, LSA is going to fly as well. Guanzo in trouble, taking a lot of damage. Sticks up. Call's going to go, but he will go down to the last Glaive proc coming through from the Luna. That is a lot of disable. And Fluff can't do anything about that. So this aggro dual lane now getting decimated. Derp doesn't even have Vengeance Aura yet. And it's probably a good thing because Vengeance Aura is only going to push out the wave further. Lunar Blessing does not affect allied units, only allied heroes, so. Nice pull as well. This top lane, I think they might just need to have Fluff like rotate elsewhere. He needs like level 3. That's the biggest problem. And it's not going to be there before nighttime. He was hoping he would get a lot more out of this top lane, and it really just didn't happen. So this early game from Root is not the best. And that's a problem because, like I talked about, if you get to like 35 minutes and we'll have a decent start, then all of a sudden you might be in trouble if you're Root here. So no quick blink acts like we saw from Jeffins last time. At least not yet. They can maybe just use the jungle. They'll TP in mid from Fluff. There's going to be a raise. Void's going to go through as well. And daytime, the Void doesn't do that much, but it slows just enough. Relic will bottle up, and he'll take another hit. And he's going to find the bounty rune as well. They can't get this kill. They're going to try to stop him from bottling up. Fluff does get the nighttime to slows up there, but Derp's rotating in. I don't think they saw him. They just don't want to chase up the high ground. Meanwhile, Mike onto Jason. Glimpse back. Mike will not be able to get the kill. Not yet, anyways, but Jason's so damn slow. He has vision of him, too, but Mike's not going to go any further. And Mike's just going to take these camps. Unfortunately, there's mud golems nearby. Stupid looking. Goddamn mud golems. Monkey's forever sitting at 19 last hits. Doing okay. But again, I think they need to do more than okay for Root Gaming. Specifically during nighttime. They have to get something done. And maybe not the first night, but all their successive nights. Top lane, Guanzo. LSA missed. Lucent Beam wasn't there in time. They already magic missile. Derp's out of mana. The good old 2-point wave of terror. So good. Armor reduction's huge this game. And Sleazel's up to 26 last hits, and Wheel are looking solid.
You will have your vengeance, Spirit.
TC, Relic, still going toe-to-toe. TC has 26 last hits, so this is an even mid lane. Nobody's outright winning, but top lane is going the way of Wheel. Bottom lane is going the way of Root, but now Mike is in the jungle, and he's up to 1,500 gold. Are you kidding? He does not like to go bottle. He does not like to go for Tranquils. We'll see if he does pick it up. I don't think he will. Derp is going to get chased down. Meanwhile,
Dire's
Fluff rotating into the jungle. Mike doesn't
attack.
see him. He doesn't have a ward there. But Derp actually gets the kill. It looks like Axe was chasing it too deep. I thought Derp was going to be able to walk away, but instead they turn on him. They get the kill. Fluff still looking for Mike to rotate back in, but he's not going to be there yet. He's got to regen up. He is going to go straight Blink Dagger, though. He's going to have it about 7.5 minutes, assuming Fluff doesn't screw with him, which he might.
Dire's middle tower is under
and
attack.
I think Guanazo is just having a really rough time. He'll go to the jungle now. His Blink Dagger won't be as fast as Mike's, but an Axe is always still very, very dangerous with just that Blink Dagger. Whereas for a Bat Rider, it's more about Blink and Force Staff than anything else. But
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
TC double raises the wave, backs up. He'll head to the jungle now. This is another problem. If you send the Axe to the jungle, you're going to have to share it. And Fluff will secure off-lane experience. Big stack here for Mike, too. Sleazel up to 39 last hits. Standard build. Going for Helm of the Dominator. I've seen, like, so many different builds, but the most recent build that I saw, which really upset me, was, like... I don't think I saw it in a pro game. It was Midas and Helm of the Dominator. And just it takes so long to get anything done with that. Relic's going to statically go to TC. There's an illusion room, too. Relic is diving deep. Requiem gonna go. Is he gonna get the kill? It's so low. How much damage does he have? He's got enough to right-click him. He does get the kill. TC takes him down. Nice turnaround bottom lane. They'll get 2 kills, it looks like, as Bat Rider dies bottom, as everyone's getting low. Jason helping out there, but Guanzo, the biggest initiator. Monkey's Forever throwing up the Viper Strike as well. Big turnaround for Root Gaming. Again, the early game, pretty gross. It's tough to deal with. They'll run back in. Goody needs to be careful. Guanzo's going to run at him, throw up the Battle Hunger, but I don't think he's going to die for this. Maybe he will. Guanzo not deciding. Finally backs up. Derp wrapping around. Going to throw up a Berserker Ward. I think somewhere in this vicinity. Try to block this camp, maybe. Maybe here? No. Okay, here. It is daytime now, and Fluff is going to eat his way through. Sleazel actually is looking for him. I don't know if he knows. But,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There shouldn't be a reason he knows that he's up there. 49 last hits at 8.5 minutes for Sleazel. Pretty good. He's doing this against the Shadow Fiend, honestly. Shadow Fiend has the jungle to work with. That's not the case for Sleazel. 8.5 minute Blink Dagger for Mike. Well played. He probably could have got it faster if he didn't go bottom and die. But he's got it. Fluff will TP to the tower. He'll try to get the creep wave as it's coming in. Monkeys Forever should have a lot more
Dire's
farm.
bottom tower is under
yeah,
attack.
he's got a Midas flying out to him right now. I guess he wants to stay relevant. That's one way to do it. Yules for TC.
Radiant's top tower is under
standard.
attack.
Look at that Lucid Beam damage on Sleaze, from Sleazel onto Fluff. There's also Eclipse
Dire's
available.
bottom tower is under attack.
Ooh, needs to be careful. One more Lucid Beam and a couple of right clicks could kill him. Now, do we see him go for the Glaives? I think so. He's almost level 8. Gets the Helmet of the Dominator. He's going to try to... I think... What happened with that creep that he stole? There it is. Lane lasso open among this forever. That's the first use of the blink dagger. It's gonna be the kill too. Nicely done. They know it's up. Mike secures the kill with it. Very important kill. Midas was on cooldown, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but now you just need the Void Stone if you're TC to have that early Yule Scepter. Treads Aquila Yule is at about 12 minutes. Is pretty fast. Sleazel, Yasha might be coming soon. Aquila, he could finish that up. Guanzo's up top, 1,500 gold for him. Battle Hunger, they can get the call. They can get this kill. Call is going to go. Can they get it? There's a lot of creeps here, but there's no follow-up. Fluff is too late to the party. Now the Eclipse of the Laguna Blade as well. Sleazel turns it around, gets the kill onto the Axe. Was not expecting Goody to have that level 6 and jump in and get the kill, but that's exactly what happened. If Fluff was in a better position just a moment sooner, they get that kill. Also, he goes for 2 points with Honor of the Night and doesn't get that 1 point in the silence. Day duration is still 3 seconds. It's not bad. I think they could have used that. And now Relic will head to the jungle. He is going to be grabbing Gloves of Haste, interestingly enough. Maybe a Midas. Yep, Viper does have a Midas. We saw that. It was picked up a while ago. Aquila is next, followed by, I think, FaZe. It's crazy because there was a point in time where everyone was building treads on Viper, like a patch ago and even the beginning of this patch. And I'm just like, FaZe is so good for mobility purposes and the extra damage to gank early on if you want to. Maybe if you're in the safe lane, you go for treads. That might be a better idea for Monkeys Forever, but we'll have to wait and see. He's doing a lot of damage to this tower, and he's going to get it. There is a glyph there, not using it. Oh, finally they do get it off, but Monkeys Forever is not really in any danger of dying here. He doesn't know it, but there's nobody nearby. He's going to get the last hit on the tower. And that provides the Yule Scepter, or even a little bit of extra for TC after getting it. Almost nighttime again. Root Gaming hasn't done much since the first night, but they're looking to get something done here in the second night probably. Pretty even game so far. The Luna is going to become a factor, and they have not ganked her yet. They haven't really gotten a chance. They tried and failed. And now Guanzo is just trying to get to his Blink Dagger, and he's not far off. But again, I expect already has his Blink. He's got another smoke. He's ready to go, and looks like they're going to smoke with Relic, and he is going Midas. In fact, he's got it, but the courier was bringing out smoke for, I think, Mike in that situation. Jason trying to get 6 as well. The only hero on the map besides Fluff that's not level 6. So experience-wise, Root are in a pretty bad position. They need these level 6s. Maybe not so much for Fluff, but for the Disruptor, sure. Like, Static Storm is a very important ability this game. Jason's got to check Roche, but also Lasso Mike could have used it there. Glimpse back in. He glimpses him as he lassos. The best possible situation for Jason. I'm sure that ward is going to get countered, but still. Jason being a bit aggressive. There's plenty of wards here from the Dire team. They see everything going on the map right now. And they smoke up as well. I think they did so underneath the ward, or at least close to the ward. They're going to see this range creep. They know that it's getting stacked up. They're going to dive behind the tower here. Relic is sitting under it. They have level 2 unstable current. Fluff's going to run in. This is too much. The Void's going to go, and he's just going to have to back. They need a counter ward. They're not really putting much emphasis on vision now. I think that's the biggest thing. Like I talked about, they smoked like right here. They ran under this ward in doing so. They try to place this ward, which is now countered by Derp because he just...
Dire's
They
middle
see him go
tower
into the
is
pit.
under
They see
attack.
with this ward, like he walks in.
Dire's
There's only one
structures
possible
are
thing you're doing when
fortified.
you're like in the pit as a disruptor alone. Viper Strike, Mike in trouble, Void. They actually stayed there for a long time hiding, waiting for the kill, and they'll get one. And that means that this tier 1 tower is also going to fall.
Dire's
Root Gaming,
middle
like I
tower
said, it's the
has
early
fallen.
game that's really the biggest part for them. But Sleesel's going to get a heck of an amount of farm here. Helm of the Dominator,
Dire's
Yasha.
middle tower is under attack.
I don't think he goes Manta. Maybe he goes BKB first because of all of the damage. All of the magic damage. Still get kited with Viper
Dire's
Strike,
middle
though.
tower is under attack.
We'll wait and see. Tier 2 tower getting assaulted as well. Root Gaming looking to take this and bring it to 1-1.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Their record, I should say.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has
Goody
fallen.
gonna get caught out. Fluff looking to Void. He's gonna find it. No silence. Looks like they don't want it. Blink call. Guanzo finally showing off the Blink Dagger and the jam. Guanzo gets the kill.
You get nothing. Good day, sir.
These are some really aggressive movements, and Root are starting to pay. It's starting to pay off because they're getting mech, they're getting items, they're getting map control.
Dire's top tower is
Another
under
ward
attack.
countered there by Mike and Derp. They've done a very nice job. I don't think there's any observer wards
Radiant's
available for
bottom
Root
tower is under
right now.
attack.
Yeah, they're out. They're out of stock for a minute and a half, so they have no vision on the map right now. But they don't care. They're going to use up TC, Unstable Current. Raze is going to go. Void's going to
Dire's top
fly.
tower is under attack.
Unstable Current's pretty good, but it's not good enough to survive against a two-man gang squad like that.
Radiant's
Tier 1
bottom
towers
tower
traded
has
in opposite
fallen.
lanes. Luna will take the bottom one. Top one's taken up by Monkeys Forever on the Viper. Still no treads or phase. Might even just get bots later on down the road. It's 5-5. Again, the early game belongs to Root. Late game belongs to Wheel. The more
Radiant's bottom
time
tower
Sizzle
is
gets,
under
the
attack.
more difficult he is going to be to deal with.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Second mech first Lena of 6.83, 26th all-time in Pro Dota in 1,082 matches. That is a wide sample size. Sleesel is in a lot of trouble. Eclipse is going to go. The call is going to fly. Silence is too late, but they get the jam and they get the kill. Sleesel playing very far up. And that could be costly. I'm not sure how much that does give them, but it's just Luna rather, not farming. 1,500 gold for Jason. What is he buying? Go Ags, Jason. You know he wants
Radiant's middle
you.
tower
Be the man
is
that
under
everyone else
attack.
wants to be. It's your destiny. BKB is very close for TC. Oh, use your Midas. Use your Midas. Yes. First of 6.83. Okay. Well. You have enough of a mana pool, but I don't know if you could spam out your spells as much as you would otherwise. Also went Tranquils. Usually you see phase on Lena. It's not the case. It's kind of weird. So BKB is done for TC. Fluff's still trying to get to earn. He actually has enough money for it. He's just not buying it yet. Ogre Club for Relic. More than likely BKB. Could be an S and Y. That's also a possibility. Cecil getting back to his ancient stack, which he's done a nice job of keeping up. This range creep hasn't died yet. His was the second fastest ever, by the way. Fast 1520. It's not bad. It's pretty good, but, I mean, we don't really have much to compare it to other than that one game. That's the problem. Manta is going to be the first choice for Sleesel, which I think is probably fine. There is a lot of magic damage and disables he has to deal with. But his Manta is just about done. 700 gold away. They're going to smoke. Oh, they're going to head to Roche. They have a Vengeful Spirit. So, yeah, I think they will be able to take this. They have a Medallion as well. It's going to be a super fast Roche. 2 Vengeance or 2 damaging auras. Wave of Terror, Medallion. It's not going to fall as fast as I thought it would, but falling fast enough. There's no way that Root could check this. They don't have a Zeus ult. There's no real vision. They don't have a ward. Even if they did, it wouldn't matter. Manta style now for Sleesel. He's going to get an Aegis as well.
Roshan has fallen
Nice
to die.
smoke pickup. That's very big. They'll head into the enemy jungle. Mike deciding that Force Staff is not important in this game. Well, at least as important as BKB. The Glimpse, I think, is really the big problem. The Glimpse and the Static Storm. You really can't jump into that. Or the Yules, for that matter. If you don't get your lasso off and TC gets his Yules off, then all of a sudden that becomes a huge problem. That darkness sound effect is very loud, also. Jason's going Ags. No Midas. Damn it. Second to last tier 2 would be taken down if they continue to try to pressure top. I don't think they care that much about that Aegis, because they know that they can't really fight into them yet, unless they get a really good lasso, or Relic steals a ton of damage. It's all about positioning and positional errors for gaming. If they make mistakes when it comes to movement, then all of a sudden we'll have a really good opportunity to capitalize and to secure extra farm that they really shouldn't get.
Dire's top tower is under
There should be a pretty big net worth lead for Root. It's actually not that big. 1,000 is nothing. And they have an experienced disadvantage.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Nice. Cecil's just finding farm. He's just going to where all the farm is. Top lane was farm, bottom lane there was farm, TP'd out, didn't get caught. Fluff is tanking mid for whatever reason. TC and Guanzo are top. They're looking for a hero to find. They're going to find an illusion instead. Mike's going to pause and then resume immediately. And then Goody will pause and then resume immediately. He's spamming the pause button. Mike is just, like, spam pressing F9. He's just spamming it. And he's gone. See you later, Mike. Have a good one. Hopefully he gets back soon. We do have giveaways, I believe. They're on the twitter.com/Dota2Canada site. So, at Dota2Canada, if you check over there. If you have a Twitter, I would check that out. And folks, just in general, if you're a Dota fan, you like watching competitive Dota, probably want to think about investing in Twitter. Grabbing it, making sure that you have an account so you can follow all of the action, all of the personalities. Social media is pretty important. Or so I hear. King Ice Frog, send us 6.84, please. OS Rob. Damn it. There we go. That's better. That's what I was looking for. OS Rob Ellie Giggle. Who are my Bugattis on? I don't bet on games that I cast. Somebody used to do that who I cast with, and I'm just like, no, man, that's bad luck, dude. Don't you know? He didn't believe it. I think it might have been Beatas. That sounds like a Beatas thing. Mop packs. Why don't you get in here?
Yo.
Are you alive?
I am quite alive.
We got our second pause in our second game. Good stuff. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Good.
You know, I was just thinking about 6.84 after you mentioned it.
What were you
Thinking
thinking
about
about?
I don't know, all the exciting things that could be coming our way.
I wish they came our way, like, just a week earlier.
At least we know. At least we know it's, well, supposedly right after Star Ladder.
Yeah, but the worst part is waiting, especially when you do know. That's the biggest issue.
Yeah. Think, I mean, what are the obviouses? Like, Troll's gonna get wrecked.
I'm pretty sure he's actually just going to be taken out of captain's mode. I think. Like, that never happens where, like, a hero is so broken that you just get taken out of CM, but I think that probably should happen. Sniper will probably get a little nerfed. Shadowfiend's Raze is probably going to get nerfed again. Yules is going to get nerfed. What else? Anything else that sticks out?
Well, I mean, like some of the other heroes, I guess. Yeah, a lot of the items, I think items are going to be big this time. And I don't know, they're going to reduce comeback mechanics. They have to.
Yeah, well, a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I hope they don't
I'm
do
still
it too
okay
much.
with it.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. I think we can learn to love it. Man,
Yeah.
Dota TV refuses to use my headset mic. I can see it's like using my other mic, but whatever. Everyone in Dota TV will just get some serious echo.
Yeah, well, that's unfortunate. Wait, can they actually hear you though, like, or no?
Yeah, I have it turned on, but
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's using like my webcam mic and not my headset mic.
Do a Batman impression for us during pause. You guys haven't been good enough for that. Sorry. Be better, and I'll do it for you. I was gonna say something about 6.84. I can't remember what it was. Mask of Madness, I think, is definitely going to get nerfed.
Yeah, and Yule's. Yule's like, it's so good. It just does too much.
That's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. It's pretty solid stuff.
Like, where does the movement speed even come from? That's one thing I never got it with that item. It's just like, oh, and here, have some movement speed.
I think that was something they added a while ago just to make the item better because people didn't use it. Like, also we have to understand that a lot of these items came in Dota 1, and there were definitely, I mean, there weren't too many big differences, but the mechanics, the way the game worked.
Well, there were like charges on Yule's, weren't there? I'm pretty sure it had charges.
I don't know, maybe I can't remember.
I think it did.
My Dota 1 experience is limited for sure.
Yeah, mine too. I played it like once ever.
Really, I played it a little bit more than that, but
I didn't have like the internet like growing up.
I was talking to Coddle Guy in Dakota, and he's just like, yeah, I remember DXD and all those in-house leagues, and I'm like, yeah, I was never part of that. But
yeah, he's old school.
No, he's very old school.
He's thug life.
Truly. Mike, buddy, are we ready to go? Hello. Mike said greetings. Maybe we'll get back in just a second. Caster wants no Bugatti. More easy Bugatti for me. Sure. You can have my Bugatti.
26 seconds, Mike.
That's
always a stickler for starting on time, that guy.
Yeah, he truly is. Especially against certain teams with the abbreviation UG. Shots fired or something. Which, by the way,
You know how it is.
they're not in this tournament. And
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got banned,
what happened
remember?
there? That's weird.
You know, it truly was. But big fuss. Most viewers we ever got was during the Union Gaming fiasco, I think. Shoutouts to them.
Well, it was all just a PR
Anti-shots to them.
stunt, so I mean...
I guess so. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't a smart idea. Whatever. Whoever made the decision. We're back in the game, though. And much like last game, it's 6-5 at 20 minutes. Now, it's not the least exciting game I've ever seen, but it's not the run-at-you style of Dota we saw from Asus, Polar, and Hellraisers the other day for Dota Pit. So, Montpax will go back to his stats. Thank you, Montpax, for joining me. And will go back to farming top and trying to push a Tier 1 tower. The best thing they could possibly do is get the Tier 1 mid and limit access into the enemy
Radiant's
jungle.
top tower is
But
under
they've already
attack.
really ran in there through the river multiple times, so they've done a really good job of making sure the
Radiant's
root don't have
fortified.
that safe of a time. Fluff's got to go. Fluff's got to run in. He's looking for a void.
Radiant's
Net
top
stop,
tower
blink,
is
lasso,
down.
Fluff in trouble. Clip's not going to go. They blow up that poor Night Stalker. Now Relic going to work. Wanzo jumps in. Call on 2, plus a couple of creeps. Swap out. Big static field coming through. Not getting the kill. Relic turns it back around. Viper Strike, BKB still going. The right click, it's not enough. TC chasing after. The Viper Strike still slowing him. They need a raise. Will they get it? It will. TC gets the kill. Looking to turn onto Goody. They chase elsewhere. They think he got juked into the tree line, but it actually went a completely different direction. Turned into a 2-for-1, no Aegis expended coming out for Sleesel. He, in the midst of that, TP'd bottom to farm more. What a player. That fight could have been a little bit better coming out. I'm not sure who they swapped during that static storm, but regardless, it could have been a lot worse for Wheel. Could have been a lot better for Root. Fluff did go in a little bit early, and he just got blown up with the lasso. Firefly clips game soon after, and Root only get a little bit of an advantage with that fight. Bottom lane's gonna get pushed in by Mantis Style Illusions. Fluff's gonna head out. Ooh, he's actually getting pretty close to his Ags. Well, pretty close and super close. Not quite the same thing. Speaking of Ags, Goody will do the same. So Tranquil Mech Ags. It's an interesting item path to go for. BKB now done it for the Razor. He used it the last fight, but you saw the Viper Strike being very effective there, which is why Viper's very good this game. But how long he'll be good for remains to be seen. As he's got his axe flying out to him, so that's a 12-second duration plus increased range, which is always nice. Try to get to Sleesel, who's in the back line, or whoever's in the back line for that matter, whether it's Mike. And also, it really synergizes well with Acceptor for a Night Stalker because you have so much vision during nighttime, and I think that's very important. It's the Luna also. Lunar Blessing giving her extended night vision, which is really nice, so he could farm a bit safer, even with darkness. Back to farming. Both teams, they get one small little fight and they're like, no more. We don't want any more of this. We want to keep farming. That's definitely good for Wheel, but I don't know how good that is for Root. I don't know if they need much more. They were BKB. TC maybe gets another item. He's flying something out. It's a Talisman of Evasion, so his butterfly is pretty close to. That's a big item. That's actually an 1,800 gold cost item, and then of course the Eagle Song 3,300, and then the Quarterstaff is cheap and easy to farm. So his butterfly could be huge. How will he be able to take down the Luna, who's going to be going for a butterfly eventually? I'm surprised Sleesel has not gotten any component of a BKB, or we don't even know if he's going to be going for the BKB yet. Honestly, he could go for any other item, and I'd be very surprised. This is a very important game for Root. They pretty much have to win this to stay in it. Root Gaming cannot drop this game. That's the biggest thing that's going on right now. If you're just joining us, 24 minutes into this game, they lost to Boreal. A newly minted team. They were around the last Dota 2 Canada Cup. They had a vastly different roster. In fact, Angry Testy is he's made his competitive debut in Dota, I think, in this tournament. I haven't seen him elsewhere. And of course, Angry Testy, for you, those of you that don't know, a former Han professional. That shouldn't surprise anybody. We're missing still, I think, a couple players from Han, but most have already transitioned over. Han is dead, unfortunately. It was good while it lasted. Rest in peace, Han. TC will take a couple more Ancients. He's very close to having his butterfly. Did he buy a Quarterstaff? He did. So he just needs the Eagle Song, and then at that point, butterfly is going to be huge. The amount of damage he pumps out, his survivability because he's a BKB. Could use a bit more HP with like a Scotty, but I don't know. He might not go for that till later or at all. Midas for Monkeys Forever. Roche is up, and again, I don't know how long. I didn't see the Roche timer. Hopefully soon. So Mike finishing up his BKB. It's flying out now. That's very important. Stop him from getting glimpsed. And they will smoke with this. The butterfly now done for TC. So we want to buyback. He also has a double damage rune, which he just got not too long ago. Down the river they go. Into the Roche pit just to check, but they should know that it's not going to be up yet because the timer hasn't hit 8 minutes.
Are fortified.
They head to the enemy jungle. Luckily for Root, they are mostly together, sparsely separated, the few inches between them. Jason's probably the target here. Firefly, Blink Lasso is probably going to go Jason. Maybe they get Monkey Scrub. That might be a bigger target. Jason gets blown up by Laguna as well as Dragonflight Magic Missile, and they lose that Viper very quickly. That BKB, very nice smoke hit coming in. Counter initiation potential was there from Guanzo, but wait for the BKBs, lose your tier 1 tower. They won't reinitiate. They could have bought back and TP'd in at least in the Viper, but there's no easy way to do that. So that's a big pick coming out. BKBs being very effective there, and that is a pretty tanky Viper dying to very little. That took not much. And then of course a 2-hit on the Disruptor.
Fly, my pretty, fly.
1 second he's alive, the next he's on the ground in the dirt. His Raptor below him, bleeding. Tragic story. Ike's Mike with a haste rune. Yule Scepter's going to come up. TC. Raise. Flame Break's going to go. Firefly's still up. Fluff's going to try to cut him off with a pass, and they get the kill. The Yule's taking off the haste rune is pretty amazing. It's a pretty good item. If he had that haste rune, he's fine, but nope. I thought TC might have Requiem there, decided against it. There wasn't a BKB up. Yeah, it was still down for 15. Ags is now done for the Night Stalker, and next night is coming soon. Roche is up in a minute and a half. Jason's going to look to try to control the Roche pit, and with Mike still down for 26 would be the perfect time for it to spawn, but it's not that perfect. It's still a minute away. Sleesel. Oh, he did go for the BKB. All right, well, that's nice. See, the whole Luna.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
When Luna was picked like a couple patches ago, around TI 3-ish time period, she would always go BKB first. She would go Treads, Helm of the Dom, maybe an Aquila, maybe Ayasha, but always get BKB first. Now we've seen an increasing number of Lunas just go Manta first, and maybe even another item on top of that. But at some point you have to get the BKB. And that's now. The Smoke of Deceit gank. Monkeys Forever again up front. They get TC instead. He does pop his BKB. Static Storm is going to go, but Sleezel pops his own BKB. Goody getting blown up. TC throws up the Requiem. Doesn't do the most damage in the world. TC has to back. Monkeys Forever is getting low as well. Mech was already used. He's not dead yet. Flame Break. Void on the backside. Dragon Slave. Monkeys Forever gets body blocked by Guanzo. He's looking to jump back in. He's got Blink Call. The counter initiate only gets onto Goody. Magic Missile. Guanzo in trouble. Forced away. Not done yet. Viper Strike. 2 dead on the side of Root. Monkeys Forever stays too long with the Viper Strike. He goes down. It's 3 dead. Requiem did no damage because of BKB. Static Storm did only damage to Goody, and he didn't kill him. And then, of course, the right click just wasn't there from TC that entire time. And Monkeys Forever got jumped on. He didn't go down until the very end of that fight. Mike disconnects again. I missed the fight recap, but at this point, we can just look at the graph. It's even now. Again, Root have a very early to mid-game type of lineup. They could still win, but Sleezel is pretty big now, 3.4. What do you get next? I mean, do you go for Satanic early? Do you pick up your Butterfly, which I think is probably the best option, and then maybe get it like a Scotty or something? There's a lot of ideas that you can have here for the Luna. Night Stalkers who managed to get a hold of their Ags have a 63% win rate in Pro 6.83. That's still, you know, it's not the best. I mean, 3 out of 5, I guess. Oh, man. It might or might not be DDoS. We're new to this. Goody ain't, though. I get it. Oh, man. Moppax leaves me right as I need him the most. Not really. Go do whatever you need to do. I'll keep the chat quiet. Not quiet, but... Assault Cuirass, really good item on Razor. I like this item a lot when teams pick it up. But there's so many good items on Razor. Like, we've seen Shivas before. SNY's okay. Assault Cuirass. Aghanims is common. Out of those, my favorite's Assault Cuirass, but it depends on the game. Presence of the Dark Lord, obviously, is a big factor here. And they already have armor reduction through the Vengeful Spirit, so getting more armor reduction is definitely not a bad thing. Plus, it allows the Luna to just take bases and take the base and take racks within seconds. With the Manta Style, it destroys buildings. So, Moppax, welcome back. When you said BRB, I thought you were getting up to actually leave, but no. Just had to reconnect to the game. Are you here, buddy?
Yeah, I fixed that mic issue, so now I use my headset in Dota TV.
Good work.
Turns out when I got that webcam, it like overrid it in the Steam settings, but we're all good now. Which makes sense, because I've been playing Dota lately, and people told me I sounded like I was in a hole.
Are you playing from a hole?
Yeah,
no,
pretty
it's
much.
just my microphone.
Actually, it was really bad, because like I work from home, right, and I do like I use the phone a lot, and I was getting complaints from people that said like, man, you sound awful. Like, you know, you're supposed to have a certain quality of a headset. And then I listened to these recordings myself. I was like, oh my god, like that is not my headset. It had done the same thing like on my actual like work program, the webcam, and overrid my headset. Supposed to be overrode, maybe. I don't know.
Yes. Listen. At least you fixed it. That's the most important thing.
I know. Top-notch quality.
All right, well, it's 9-11. Let me get your thoughts on the game. I personally do not like Root's chances. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought that fight was going to go really well because like they just had the Ags upgrade and they were fighting in the trees, which is the best place to fight when you're Night Stalking. You just got your Ags.
Yep.
And then especially because they have like the axe, and so he actually got a sweet blinking call. Like it was really nicely positioned, and Wheel couldn't prep for it because they didn't have the same vision going on. But I don't know. I feel like they could have disengaged right near the end of that fight. They actually could have all got away, like all three of the ones who died. But they chose to maybe try and get back in.
Yeah, he's like, I'm sitting at like 100 HP. Let me just Viper Strike somebody real quick. Oh, I'm dead now. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
It was a rough fight for sure. Just the end of that fight too. Guanzo missing his blink and only getting onto the Lina, and then he gets blown up. Like he needed that blink on like 3 heroes, otherwise he's not going to get a kill. And even if he does get a kill, he might die for it. So he needed that blink to be on a lot of heroes. Really, TC he requiemed and they were all BKB'd. It was like 3 heroes BKB'd. The Lena was taking a decent chunk of damage, but she was positioned well because of the Static Storm. And you have to understand also is that there's going to be an Acceptor on her pretty soon as well. The Silk Cross, which we already talked about. So, like, it only gets worse as the game progresses. I really don't know how you deal with the extra items coming out, because at some point Lena transitions into a core, and Disruptor doesn't really have that effect until he gets Aghanims, and even that's not that great. I mean, it's good, but...
Yeah, it's actually disgusting. You see how much mana she has with Mech and Point Booster? Up to like 1060 mana. Yeah, compare that to like Venge, who's also level. I mean, she's an agi hero, but still, like it's like double the intelligence.
Yeah.
She's so much mana.
Yeah.
Just spam.
I don't know, man. I think it's rough. I think it's real rough for Root. I don't know what the rule on pauses are. I think it's like a certain time period and then pause time's up, much like it is for any other tournament. I can't really... Hold on, I'm going to try to find the rules. Well, I've got a second.
Game has 3 pauses, 5 minutes long.
Where did you find that?
The admin just said it in chat.
Oh. Well, you know, that would be nice if I was paying attention.
What does that even mean? 3 pauses, 5 minutes long. Like, what if you use 1 pause for 4 minutes? Did you just lose that pause?
I think it means it's 5 minutes total, isn't it? No, maybe not.
Yeah, you see? That's
no,
confusing.
I think it's 3 pauses, and even if you like use a pause for 30 seconds, that pause is up. Maybe I have no idea. I have no idea how that works. That
9/11 chat.
Chat, please. Take
Man,
it
what's up
easy.
with Twitch dropping all these new emotes lately?
Yeah, I don't know. I
Got
like
the Illuminati,
the
we got the Frog
OS
King.
ones. Yeah, the Frog one came out. The King.
What is OS?
Crown.
What does that stand for?
I don't know. Operating system. That's what I think of.
Yeah, I don't know either. The bunny ears were pretty funny.
Which one's that?
There were like bunny ears for Easter. You could like put bunny ears on all the
Oh.
other emotes.
I mean, that makes sense. I didn't know that.
I wonder if they're still there. Oh, nope.
Bunny ears Kappa. It was a good try.
Yeah, well.
Now everyone in chat is like, what else is this guy talking about? In actuality, they'll know in 2 minutes. Alright, we're back into the game. Mech's gonna go. Wheeler gonna take Roche. Do they have the Assault Cross completed? He needs the chainmail, actually.
Roshan has fallen to the
I think you probably, if you're Wheel now, you just... Oh, God, no! Goody. Why? Alright, we're gonna get away from the TP noise. That thing's annoying as hell.
Alright, we lost.
Can we unpause and not count it? That seems... I mean, it should be because it was a pause from the game. That seems fair. Yeah, okay, good. I thought I was going to have to say that. Well done, admin. Assault Cuirass now picked up. Admins have been under such scrutiny, man. It's been ridiculous. But anyway, back into the game. TC only has a marginal lead when it comes to net worth. I'm talking hundreds, 300 at this point. Again, though, 4v5, we've seen situations where a team would have won had the game been, 5v5, but the situation might be different. TC's going to flutter away in the top lane, make sure he gets out of there. BKB almost done for Guanzo. They really do need BKBs for Root. They've needed them for a while, and they're just starting to realize that they need to pick them up. Monkeys Forever is going to be a little bit late to his. Use your Midas, dude. Monkeys, please, use your Midas, please. Midas, right there. Good. Good work. Excellent. And he's still far off from that BKB. Guanzo also kind of getting closer. Fluff probably doesn't get to a BKB anytime soon or even builds one. I don't think that's going to be him. TC has an 8-second duration BKB. And if you're Wheel, I think you just farm until Goody gets back A, or you're ready to push high ground. But you probably don't do that until Goody's back. I don't think Root try to fight into all of your BKBs and your Aegis. No cheese. That was only the second Roche, by the way. This game has felt a lot longer than it actually has been. Goody's got to reconnect to the game. This reminds me of the Cloud9 game the other day. Really long time that it took to finish that one up. Lots of pauses. Maybe a smoke from Wheel. Maybe they want to be aggressive. Sleesel's not too far off his butterfly. He actually can buy his Talisman of Evasion. The Quarterstaff is a little bit further off, though. Fluff does get the gem. that you see so commonly on a Night Stalker when you get an Aghanim Scepter. Map control is now at a premium, and Fluff is looking to invest. He doesn't have a ward on him, but he's got enough vision to scout a lot of stuff out. They need wards in this general vicinity. They just, like, here would be great. Anywhere over here. Up here is fine. Although he did ward here. Vision could theoretically win them this game. Will it? I have no goddamn idea. I honestly, I would put their chances, I would put Root's chances of winning this game at 30%, and I think that's being generous. And I know that sounds crazy for a game that's only 3,000 net worth lead for Wheel. Again, it comes down to team composition. I just don't know if Root have what it takes to go to the late stages of this
Radiant's
game.
bottom tower is
And
under
Cecil
attack.
will go ahead and take the tier 2 tower bottom. The
Radiant's
first tier
bottom
2 of the
tower has
game
fallen.
for Root now gone.
Illusion.
Jason's very far off from his level 2 Static Storm. He's been almost a non-factor this game. He's by far and away the most underleveled. He is the least in net worth by a decent chunk. Jason's having a rough time. They really, like, the real reason that I think Goody's having such a good time compared to Jason, or even the Vengeful Spirit for that matter, is that they were involved in kills. I think Dirk Dirk's going to go Vlad's. Yeah, he's going to pick up Vlad's for his team. That's so big. The armor they're going to have, it's going to be so difficult to deal with. If they get, like, a Shiva's Guard up for Razor as well, and now he's going Ags next. Never mind. What I imagine to be an Ags. Butterfly's done for Sleesol. Could farm up buyback. I don't think he needs it. 695 gold away. He'll send his Manta out. He could farm the jungle twice, and then he'll probably have buyback at that point. Guanzo's going to take Ancients. He does have his BKB. What about the Viper? He's not that far off. What do you need? Like, let's see. 1,600 plus 1,300. So 2,900 for the BKB. So he's only 900 or 800 away. He won't get it with this creep wave or the next creep wave, but a couple creep waves, maybe a jungle camp or two. Shadow Blade for Mike. The innovators of the Bat Rider. It used to be Mom, you know, Boots of Travel is still a very common pickup. Refresher's been picked up here and there. Scythe, Shivas. Mike decides, you know, Shadow Blade sounds pretty good. I mean, Lena's had a lot of success with that item. As long as Mike doesn't go for a Tidehunter Bloodstone again, I'm fine with it. It's just, I don't know what he was thinking. The only other person to do that is Funnick. And I don't know if they won that game or not. Somebody tweeted it at me, actually. I do want to check, but check later. I don't see the point of that item on Tidehunter. I really just, I don't. Just to be tankier, I suppose. Tier 2 tower top's going to fall. Bottom lane might fall as well. They'll probably trade this. They want to hold on to Glyph. Both teams really not looking to Glyph at this point because one team's going to get pushed into. Looks like that might be Wheel. Only 3% of pro Bat Riders all time have gone Blink right to BKB and skip 4 staff. Blink BKB Shadow Blade has never been done before. So what you're telling me is Mike's missing an item. Also, Fluff is doing some crazy shenanigans here. Does pop the Haste Rune. Does not get chased down by Mike. And will survive. And Derp Derp and the rest of the squad will head back towards home. Let's see, Sleesel's GPM is 614, 625 for TC. That's going to start increasing as he gets bigger and bigger, and he's more farm to work with. All right, Root. Aegis is gone on Luna. They know it. Is this their time? Can they get something accomplished? This 35-minute game, which has felt like a 50-minute game, and certainly could go in that direction. Like, seriously. This game could easily go that long. The Alpha Wolf actually blocked TC. That was embarrassing. He's going to head all the way around. He's just going to farm alone, it looks like. TC, I don't know about this. I think you should be with your team. He doesn't have a TP scroll. Buy a TP.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
All right. Well, he buys his MKB first. He's not going to have room for a TP scroll, actually. He's going to have to walk back. So MKB is now done. It's a lot of damage for TC. He doesn't have a Scotty, though. His tankiness is not really there. He could get right-clicked down by these glaives and just the right-click of the Luna very easily, even without an MKB. And then, of course, the Lena Ags, obviously, you know, the pure damage going through BKB, which is only 675 at this point, but that's a lot of damage to TC, who only has 1700. If he gets a Scotty, I'd feel better about his HP pool, but that's why I feel like Wheeler are in such a dominant position, because this Ags and Alina are only going to get stronger. She's going to hit her level 3 ultimate. Monkeys Forever is like, but I resist damage. I've got magic damage resistance. And it's like, no, man. Alina's ult, that's pure. Your corrosive skin doesn't really help there. Mech Scotty SF had more HP last game at 23 minutes. Of course, he had a lot more armor. Yeah, well, I mean, it's the Scotty, really. That's what you're looking for, but this might be the right item choice. TC's trying to go into, like, I need to right-click. I need to be able to man-fight. Unfortunately, I don't know if he can with the amount of HP he has. Maybe he goes to Satanic next, probably, and that gets him enough HP, then finishes up a Scotty after. There's a lot of farm here. Somebody's going to need to take this. Somebody TP back. Thank you, Guanzo. Guanzo's going to be going Shiva's Guard next, more than likely. He's got to hit some big blink calls as we enter the 37-minute mark of this game. Maybe he picks up an Assault Cuirass to counteract the one on the Razor. Razor has an Ags. Refresher could come next. He's going to Midas. He's going to use that a couple more times. Sell the Midas. Or, buy Boots of Travel, have an extra slot, then sell the Midas. One of the two. I don't know how much longer he needs that. Darkness is available for Fluff if he wants to use it when it hits daytime, but Blink Dagger, wow, Blink Dagger is done for the Viper for Monkeys Forever. It's all about positioning now, it looks like. It really is. Oh, God. All right. Let's see, 9-7, or 9-11 rather, at 38 minutes into the game. The last couple of games have been very, very methodical, very slow. 22 seconds till Roche respawn. This will be Aegis and Cheese. Do Root want to contest? I don't think they can. Do they have buyback status? Let's see. Not really the heroes they want to have buyback on. They know they're going in there. I believe they have a ward nearby. This one is going to scout them out. So Root are aware of the positioning currently of Wheel. Wheel are into the enemy jungle.
Regeneration.
Darkness is going to go. Are they going to find anybody? They're heading in the wrong direction. They're not actually in the pit. They're all like either smoked up or backed up or TPing away. Firefly is going to go. It'll ping him out. Roche is free for the taking. Sleazel's not there. They could start on this, I think. They didn't see that TP come out from Sleazel, but they're going to go anyways. And this is falling quickly. And look, they're being corralled back. Fluff is just getting vision of them. And he saw that smoke. He definitely saw that smoke. He knows that that's happening. By the time they take this, it's going to be close. They're not even going to head over there. They get the Aegis. They get the cheese. This could be big. Hand of Midas now dropped for Monkeys Forever. The courier's going to bring it back. Probably just sell it. Get another item next. Last kill was 10.5 minutes ago. I'm trying my best, folks. I truly am. Oh, my God. 40 minutes in. I think Root just want to farm for a bit. Fluff with 2.2k gold. His next item, who knows what that'll be. He could go... Like I said, BKB is an option, but I don't think so. Maybe like a Halberd. I think Halberd would be really good. Make sure Sleazel uses his BKB. Halberd's up Sleazel. That could be a big item. Guanzo's on the cliff. You're not supposed to be there, buddy. Blink out. Mike was just going to jungle for a bit. DD. This could be the item. Fluff might just pick it up himself, and I'd be sad, but it looks like it is going to be TC grabbing it. His Satanic is very close to completion. He just needs to buy the Reaver. Is that what he's going to wait for? Satanic's already done for Sleazel. He's going to flutter again. So his next item, MKB maybe, just to deal with Butterfly. I think would be fine, and then Boots of Travel so that he has that slot. There's the bots done for Monkeys Forever. Midas was sold. Nope. No, it wasn't. Could still use it. Cheese is still on the courier. And Jason is like 40 minutes into the game, and I might have a Static Storm that's upgraded by an Aghanim Scepter, which actually could be game-winning. You know what could be game-winning is if they had a Necrophos and they had an Aghanim Scepter right now. That would be super game-winning. If they used it on the Luna, that would just, I think, outright win them the game. But that's not the case. That's not the draft. That's not what they have. Maybe they find a pick-off here. They get the Aegis for TC. They don't want to go any further. They're scared. Wheeler playing scared for the first time this game, and the reason why is this. Look at the vision. They only have vision of the middle lane right now. They have no idea where the rest of Root are. They're going to get a gem. They'll try to counter ward, but they don't have the luxury of that high ground or, you know, the flying vision essentially coming out from the Night Stalker. It is no darkness for 50, though. That is the big issue. So they have to wait until nighttime, I think, before they really start going in again. They'll take a couple of Ancients. They'll probably push in mid. Maybe they have somebody's bots top and push that out. And Wheel are stuck in their base, sitting around in a circle, laughing at each other, having a good time. Not really doing much, though. There's going to be a Satanic done. He'll probably wait till the Aegis is gone. He doesn't need to get rid of the Scotty. He could, though. Do they make a move? Jason's nowhere nearby. He's like, guys, please, wait. Wait for the Ags. It's 500 gold away. If we can get, like, a couple more creep camps for me or even the tier 3 tower, we will get the Aghanim Scepter. Fluff's going to pop the darkness. They're not waiting. They want to go. Mike is shadow bladed up. Fluff saw him. Monkey's Forever blinked forward, looking for a Viper Strike, so he couldn't initiate. Now Mike's got a Firefly up. They see him again. Monkey's Forever with a long-range Viper Strike could go. They will put some damage out of the tier 3. In fact, it's a decent amount of damage as well. They're going to have the creep wave come in. They don't have much wave clear from Wheel. They have Plasma Field as well as the Dragon Slave, not to mention the Glaives. We'll bring the creep wave back, but the tier 3 tower taking a big chunk of damage. Swap out onto TC. LSA misses. Laguna Blade's going to go. That's the Aegis, but Derp low. Fluff's going to back up call. They get the gem in. Mike looking. He's got a lasso. He's going to use that on TC. TC in trouble. TC, no Satanic. Not on him currently. Guanzo getting chased down. BKB going, but it's not enough. The right click. Can he blink away? He actually gets into the 3Cs. Too slow from the sticky napalm. TC doesn't have a buyback. Meanwhile, Jason in trouble. Glimpses back. He has no TP either. He can smoke up and try to get out of here quickly. It looks like they won't continue to chase him. Mike has a Shadow Blade. Doesn't see him. Jason in the tree line. Jukes nicely. The fight ends up being a 1-for-2. Really good swap. TC was not ready for it. His BKB was used on his first death. Meanwhile, Jason's going to get spotted. Mike saw him with the Firefly vision. He goes down, and he was close. He'll lose about 200 gold because of that death. And now Cecil putting pressure onto this tier 2 tower. Again, TC, no buyback. 400 gold away. He's up in 50. Rack's now exposed. Maybe it will be. This tier 3 goes down. Meta style, not going to dodge the Viper Strikes. Liesl's got to take right click. He still has the Satanic. Look at the Eye of the Storm. Go to work. They even have the Assault Cross. It's melting through, cleaving down this melee barracks. This might be the game. If they can keep going, they can find a pick-off. They'll find Fluff. Viper Strike goes in, but it's too late. Fluff's going to fall. Root in a very, very bad spot. Monkey's Forever sitting underneath the tier 3 tower bottom. They can keep going, but they will not. They still have the BKB for Sleazel and the Satanic, but they're backing up. For whatever reason, they had 18 seconds to work with where the Shadowfiend was not alive, and they said, no, we don't want to get called. We don't want to give too much away. And if Root Gaming just wait for that Aghanim Scepter coming out from the Disruptor instead of playing so aggressively, maybe the fight goes differently. Instead, they jump the gun, and they lose so many heroes. They lose the tier 3, the tier 2, and both racks. And now TC has to find enough farm to be able to have buyback. He needs 1,000 away from that. There's only one here with buyback currently in the game on the Radiant side. That is Monkey's Forever with 2.8k gold, which I'm sure he's got to transition into something. He can give this cheese up also if he wants to, but with the Satanic on TC, he'll more than likely carry it. Awful fight for Root Gaming. Just so bad. That initiation, you could see the Vengeful Spirit walking up, getting ready to swap. Derp was there, swapped immediately, and they killed him twice. Root, I think they kind of thought, okay, we could back up, we can leave him, and then just leave together as a team, but then they went back in, they tried to initiate, and it just wasn't enough. And now we probably just wait for another Roshan. So let's play the Jeopardy music. Let's do something. Because at this point, there's not going to be much happening here.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
It is going to be a halberd up for Fluff. That's pretty smart. I think it's a little too late, though. Will push bottom together. There is the MKB for the Luna, which was expected. No surprises there. Shadowblade for Mike to scout out further. This item build has actually paid off so much. He also got the Force Staff, which we talked about. He has the gem, which is Fluff's gem. He buys another one. Fluff gets his own gem again. So it's more money that could have been used for a halberd spent on just detection. Smoke of Deceit, but where are they going to go? They're all bottom. There's the Static Storm, Aghanim Scepter upgrade. Are they just going to run right in? The race is going to go through. Darkness is going to pop up as well. Blink Viper Strike with the Manta Style from Sleesel. So they force up the match. Firefly, Viper Strike out of Sleesel. He'll back up. He's got a Satanic Blink. Lasso comes in. They need a Static Storm. Will they get it off in time? Relic gets his BKB. All the BKBs hit up. They blow up poor TC. They're going to blow up more. Sleesel is just running at them. They have to all back up, and Fluff is now left to his own devices. Firefly, they've got Flame Break in 3. Meanwhile, Monkey's Forever jumps back in. Swap out. Derp gets the match missile off. TC is going to go down again, and he didn't use his BKB the entire time. With both of his lives, he did not pop the button. The BKB was not used, nor the Satanic in either of those situations. He was stun locked to death. He needed to use his BKB as he Requiem, but he didn't want to commit. And that's going to be it, man. Root Gaming, if they lose this game, it's done. It's over. They will not be able to move on further here in Dota 2 Canada Cup. They'll be 0-2.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
Now Wheel's going to be 2-1. Boreal is 2-1. They'll be the top two currently. GG is called. Wheel playing a solid game. A game that goes 48 minutes. And like I said earlier on in the cast, there's really no way to fight them in the late game. They needed to be a bit more aggressive. That Root's early game draft wasn't there. They had a tough time in the top lane. Guanzo didn't get anything. That early Blink Dagger didn't come out, and they kind of just got wrecked at a certain point in time. And that's rough. I mean, it's rough because they had a good start, other than that top lane, but they needed a faster start. When you go for Viper, when you go for this type of lineup, you have to try to win early, and that wasn't the case. And we'll come out on top, and they actually move up to 2-1, only going down to Black Sheep, beating Boreal, and then, of course, taking down Root as well. So they'll have a chance to get to the playoffs here. It really hinges on this next game. Root aren't playing for anything. They're playing to deny a spot for Black Sheep. Black Sheep sitting at 1-1 right now. That's going to be the final game of the night. We could have ourselves a three-way tie. If Black Sheep go down, then we'll know that it'll be Wheel and Boreal Esports moving on. But join us in just a moment for our third and final game, and hopefully the most exciting of the three. Both of these first two games, not the most action-packed, but still fun to watch. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll be back in just a bit. Again, my name is Mott. Joining me today is Mott Packs on the stats. And you can check out Dota 2 Canada Cup information on www.dota2.ca over at Dota 2 Canada. You can check us out at High Ground TV, at Mott Dota, and at Mott Packs. We'll see you in a second.